morning, day 3, and I am having breakfast. View of the Rogers Station. It's pretty cool. Today the breakfast is definitely better than yesterday. Everything's cold, but it's better. I have a lot more variety, which is pretty cool. Today we're going to the Niagara Falls. We're taking a tour with Get Your Guide. I really like getting Get Your Guides for my tours because they do everything. And I just have to be at a meeting point, which I love. Thank you. Yeah, so today I'm having some hummus, an egg and some potatoes. Yesterday was horrible, but today is starting to be pretty cool. So, yeah. So today finally, the CN Tower is clear. So we are going in. Summer's it's already there. I am going right now. Yeah. They're like little shops. They have a little Christmas market here. That's the aquarium. And this is where we're going. Yep. So I already have my ticket. So I basically just have to walk in, I guess, and ask for one of the girls. Yeah. Ooh, I would love to do that. If it wasn't so cold, I would totally do that. You know me. Yeah, I don't do good with the cold. So this is where you buy the tickets. These are the ticket prices. They have several things. Like they have like a general observation deck, and then they have like a non-general observation deck that's all the way up. That's nice. So the CN Tower is the restaurant is involving structure, which is the highest point in the northern atmosphere. Apparently, it is the highest freestanding tower in the northern atmosphere. Even the edge, it's not considered a tower. It's because it's a building. Thank you. Oh, that's the observation. We are right now at the sky pop. I wonder what that is. That looks cool. Colorful. It's a Belgian Malinois.
Hockey team. Niagara on the Lake region. Glendale is one of them. The others are Virgil, Niagara on the Lake, St. David's, and Queenston. Totaling about 18,000 people. Just inside your left.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're having a white blend.
So we have to make an evaporation process to get those 2% of sugar tree, what is called maple syrup.
Green and red lights on the other side. No, those are not Christmas lights. That is U.S. Customs immigration. Immigrazia, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go
You
near
heard that
those.
from Pedro. Huh? Look at the traffic. It's all bumper to bumper going across. Oh my goodness. Sun shines through the mist, creating rainbows. And that's why this is called the Rainbow Bridge. It was, they started building it in May of 1940. And just a little ways up here, this little building on the left, they used to have the honeymoon bridge. Look at those waterfalls.
Behind the falls to our 2 viewing portals, and the tunnel to the left will bring you outside to our 2-story observation platform. Please just watch your step. It is very slippery as we exit, and it's self-guided, so you guys can take as long as you would like. Thank you. No problem.
Have a great New Year's.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
So, good evening. Good evening. Sorry for your experience, but I'll try and make up for it here. So, before we go outside, I'm going to give you all a little history lesson with the place, and then we'll go outside and play with the lights. Okay? You'll all get a chance to change colors on the lights. So, my name is Gene. I'm one of the operators here. And these lights have been operating since 1925. 365 days a year. Up until 1940. 1940 to 45, we had no lights for two specific reasons. One was World War II. We had a blackout event. The second reason, all the lights that were up here were dismantled and shipped to London, England. Some were set up in London, some were set up in the town of Sheffield. These are the very lights that the British military used to light up the skies at night when the German bombers were coming over to bomb London, England. We shipped 36 lights over to London, 21 survived the bombings that were returned to us, and we started up again in 1946. Now, we did light up the falls a couple times before 1925. The first time was in 1860. 200 Bengal flares were set up to light up the American Falls for a one-night visit of Edward Andrews, the Prince of Wales. He was on a tour of Canada. That's the Prince of Wales right there. Now, the second time we lit up the falls was 1879. Louise and her husband, the Governor General of Canada. 1879 is also the first time we used electricity to light up Niagara Falls. 100-watt spotlights on the shoreline lit up both falls. And the system they used to generate the electricity was a 25-foot diameter wooden water wheel attached to a turbine just above the Table Rock restaurant. So, modern engineering in 1979. Now, the lights that we used up until 2016 were designed and built in 1907 by Darcy Ryan of the New York State Power Authority in Schenectady, New York. He built the original lights, brought them over to the Canadian side of the river, and set them up on a roadway, all aimed at the American Falls. This was a one-month trial and error thing to see what the public thought of lighting up the falls in color. Now, the operator turned the lights on, but he did not have the capability of changing the colors. So 18 men were hired and stationed down by the lights. And on the operator's command, they would physically put different color screens in front of these lights. The entire month of July 1907, rain or shine, these men were down there changing these colors. And they paid them the high salary of 50 cents a night each. Now, when I applied for this job and went through the brochures and everything, I came to this point. 50 cents. I said, no, it's not going to happen. So they gave me a 5-cent raise and we went from there. So, turned into a popular idea. So in 1924, those 36 lights were installed on top of this building we're in, aimed at both falls. The lights were changed from 100 to 1,000 watt light bulbs to have further to shine. This group of gentlemen here is the Niagara Parks Commission of the day. They were established in 1885 by the Ontario government, and their main mandate is to enhance and preserve the beauty of the Niagara River corridor. This gentleman here is Darcy Ryan, who designed and built the lights. And this massive power pack down here is the arm busting system that we needed to turn those old lights on. Very loud and very hot. So, now we fast forward to 1925, July 5th, June 5th, our first Festival of Lights. Again, the operator could only turn them on. So whenever there was any special events going on or colors were requested, those 18 men were brought up here. And on the operator's command, they would run around up and down like little monkeys and change the colors for them. And they did this as they were needed, whenever they were needed, until 1958, when everything was finally automated. Aluminum boxes were installed in front of the lights, 4 different colored gel screens at the top. The operator can now turn the lights on, and by pressing different buttons, he can manipulate each color down, one at a time, and change the colors. He can also mix and match and get about 15 different shades. With the new system, the light bulbs would change once more to 2,000 watt lights. Well, we used those 2,000 watt lights until 1974, when we switched over to a brand new type of light bulb altogether, a xenon gas light bulb. These were 4,000 watts each. They had a 1-year lifespan and cost between $800 and $1,200 each. It took 2 men an hour and a half to change one bulb. Because they were 4,000 watts, they were very, very hot. So they melted our plastic gels up here. So every 3 months, we had to change these gels. And it took 2 men an hour and a half to 2 hours to change 1 set of gels, and we had 21 sets to change. So there was a lot of maintenance involved in this whole system. A little ironic history with the xenon bulb. These were shipped over to help fight the Germans during World War II. In 1974, the only place to buy a xenon bulb was Germany. We used that until 2016 when we finally switched over to our brand new system, the LED system. This was a 2-year project with 6 major computer companies from all over the world who got together, designed, built, and installed it for us. Gave it a price tag of over $4 million. We went from 21 individual bulbs to 10,400 individual LEDs, 11 lumens each. We're using about 10% of the electricity. So dramatic savings there. Now when we switched over, we tried to find a home for this whole system. We figured with the World War II attachment and the actual Niagara Falls attachment that somebody would want them. So we contacted museums and military establishments. They came down and looked at them and said, no, we don't want them. They're too old, they're too beat up. We couldn't use it anywhere. So we ended up scrapping them all, except for one. I insisted we keep one up here for display purposes only so people could see what we used to have compared to what we have today. And it's just outside the door here on the left. We've got a little 60-watt light bulb in it with 4 different colors that we used to use. Doesn't do anything, it's just there for sure. So, any questions? No questions?
What are the 4 colors?
I beg your pardon?
What are the 4 colors of the old system?
Red, blue, green, and orange. So, that being said, we're now going to go outside to change the colors, everything is up to date to modern technology. Everything works off of iPads. Okay? We have 2 iPads, one controls the American Falls, one controls the Canadian Falls. Everything is operated from this very spot, right here, this building is called Wall. Okay? Well, let's go outside. I'll show you how hard I work when I'm alone, and then I'll show you how to change the colors on the falls. Okay? This is the one I kept. Every year, I give it a fresh coat of paint, a new light bulb, and change the colors.
No, it's very good. Yes, I like it.
And these to change the colors on the falls. This one controls the American Falls, that one controls the Canadian Falls. They both do the exact same thing. Now watch very hard and you'll see how hard I work. You see that? I worked my fingers to the bone and I got the proof.
You only got a 5-cent increase?
Right? So, to change the color is very simple. A very light tap of your finger on one color at a time. Okay? One finger. Okay? Just like that. Okay? Well, that's off the $4 million machine in there. Okay? So half of you can go over to the Canadian side, half can do the American, then we'll switch. Okay?
I can't see purple.
Oh, yeah.
Green. Red. To represent my country.
Blue. Okay, black. My turn. Now we're gonna do that Canadian one. ¿Se te cayó algo? La basura. I don't think so either. Purple. Blue. No, green. Blue. Red. Green. Red. Red. Green. Green. It's Christmas, red and green. Yay! Yay! What are you doing here?
Before you leave, you're each going to get one of these. It's called a certificate. I lit up Niagara Falls. Okay? You're going to go home and tell your friends, we just visited Niagara Falls. They'll probably say, big deal, so did we. You can say, but you didn't do this. The only way up here is with one of these tour groups. You can't walk up here off the street and ring my doorbell, because you're not coming in. Right? So there's a place there for everybody to write their name and the date of your visit, and on the back is a more intense history of the place. So here's an extra. I'll let you hand them out to them. Here's one for each of them.
Oh, it's not bad.
Please,